We have some big Dogecoin whale updates to go over. This comes as we're also seeing cryptocurrency taking a bit of a fall right now. Ethereum down 7%, Bitcoin down 5%, Binance Coin down 6%, Cardano down 6.28%, XRP down 4.69%, Dogecoin down 5% as well, and that is for the last 24 hours alone. So a pretty large fall for all of the top cryptos right there. That was also read in the order if you want to be keeping track of that. Then we have Polkadot, Uniswap, Internet Computer, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink, Litecoin, following up with the next 7 after that. Technically, Tether and USD should not really count. Both of those going up a lot though, because the reason why a lot of people are selling their crypto and then putting it into Tether or USD instead. There are potential tax incentives from doing it that way that you can get. So definitely look into that. Instead of always converting to the US dollar, you may want to convert to USDT or to another stable coin that is stable to the US dollar rather than just putting it directly into those. Some question marks there in terms of if it's a scam or not. Where does the money go? Yeah, those need to be answered a little bit more clearly, and we'll look into that. Make sure, by the way, you're subscribing with notifications on to stay updated on that as we continue to dive into some of this big news over the last 24 hours, and I'll show you exactly what the whales are doing. Authorities issue scam warning after new cryptocurrency targets Dubai. So we reported on this yesterday on the show after a couple articles came out talking about Dubai's cryptocurrency. It turns out it's not actually from Dubai. This is some random group or organization who decided to make a cryptocurrency, claim it was from the Dubai government, get people to invest in it, and then now, of course, all the news is coming out that it wasn't actually from them. They have not officially made a cryptocurrency, meaning that as of this current point in time, there's not a single government I know of, at least. Let me know if there's a small country somewhere that did it. But no major government anywhere from any major country has made a cryptocurrency yet. And once that happens, it could change a number of things. China, we know, is working on their digital yuan. A couple other countries are considering it. The USA is very, very weakly considering it. They're not strongly considering it, but they could at some point decide to do that. If they do, I'll talk about what that means in a future video more so. And I'll talk about it probably a little bit now too, but the scam warning, be careful about these things. Always double check behind big news stories that come out because the media doesn't always do the double checking. And of course, me covering it, I guess I probably should have done more double checking as well. Also, Crypto Tank Girl, hello. Harbor Tea Party in the house. Doge Fan 100, I love it. Crypto Tank Girl. Yeah, I was surprised. You left a comment. I was like, oh my gosh, that's not very nice. But it's okay. It's okay. There's no hard feelings there. There's no hard feelings there. Thank you for the comment there, Crypto Tank Girl. Authorities issue scam warning though is not an article you want to be seeing, as we're looking right now at the entire cryptocurrency market cap falling about 5% or so in the last 24 hours. Also, here are the stats behind Ethereum. Currently, the numbers have gone down a little bit in terms of the average transaction fee to the $7.72, down from around $9 where it was. So Ethereum is starting to streamline a little bit and get better overall, but that still does not compare in terms of favorability rating to Dogecoin, which right now has a total transaction average fee of 0.895, so that has also gone down some, despite the fact that the value transaction has actually gone up in the last 24 hours to 1.11 billion. And this kind of leads us into one of our first big updates with the whales, and there's two big updates we have to talk about right now. But the first big update with the whales is this article coming out, which actually goes into some stuff, and I'll give you some of my own insight as well that I found by looking at the wallets and what we're seeing with that. But let me go ahead and pull this up. So there's this article coming out saying, you may have seen this already, I don't know. Whales tired of Dogecoin ? Daily transaction value down 93% in under a month. And this article basically goes over this stat, which they found by looking at the information. 1.16 million on Sunday to under 240,000 3 days later. And that is referring to the amount of Dogecoin being used for the transactions. So that means the whales have kind of started spending Dogecoin less than they were previously. Part of that is simply because Dogecoin has gone down along with all the other cryptocurrencies, so it will be spent less. But part of that is as well is that more people are starting to spend the US dollar and other currencies around the globe, because it's not just the USA. Remember, other countries are investing in cryptocurrencies too, and so we're going to continue to monitor that. But here is why I'll get to in a second why this is not as potentially devastating or hard to swallow as you may think. First, we'll throw a good one in there real quick. We'll get the good one out of the way before we get to some of the bad stuff here. Tom Brady touts cryptocurrency investment and says he's a big believer. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Tom Brady. He's continuing to hodl. There's a reason why many consider him to be the GOAT, including myself. He is the GOAT. I mean, if you don't think he's the GOAT, who the heck are you? I don't know. But he is the GOAT, and I think this cements his spot at the top by supporting cryptocurrency. The only thing that can make him even GOATier is if he, of course, invests in Dogecoin and all of other quarterbacks out there. If we see a quarterback quarterback decided to go all in on Dogecoin, they will immediately become the GOAT. So if you want to pass Tom Brady in the all-time NFL rankings by the consensus of the internet of Dogecoin, then all you have to do is go all in on it, take the massive risk. Don't even care that it's a big risk. Just do it, NFL players. Not financial advice. Do I have to say that? I don't know. They're NFL players. I doubt they'll care. They're not going to take financial advice just based on a YouTube video, just by telling them to invest in it. Do you have any idea of a different programs to mine Dogecoin? What about Unmineable? Do you know anything about that program? At this current point in time, I don't really think it makes sense to be trying to set up mining for Dogecoin unless you have a big system of computers or you plan to have that into the future, because you're not going to make a lot of money just by having your computer set up, and it's going to be more hassle and more trouble than it's worth. But if you do want to do that, there are ways you can do that. I think the best way to do it is just Google how to set it up. There's a bunch of articles on it. Google on YouTube, search it on YouTube, how to do it, and you can find a bunch of different videos too if you want to be setting that up. But I don't personally, at this current point in time, mine Dogecoin. That's not something I'm currently doing. But as we also see, we're going to go and get into a little bit more of the details with the big whales, even though the transactions have gone down a decent amount. That is coming as well with a lower transaction fee overall, and that is also coming as we see more mining starting to happen. So all of this does bode well for the future overall with Dogecoin specifically compared to other cryptocurrencies. Now, if you want to say maybe cryptocurrency is in a bear market right now, and it's possible it could be starting, I hope it's not. I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it is, but a couple things that could go wrong into the future may start to trigger that a little bit early than what people are expecting. And remember, a bear market doesn't have to mean it goes down 80%. A bear market can just mean it goes down 50 to 60%. And so we already have seen a bit of bear market type activity from some cryptos. Bitcoin going all the way down from its high over $60,000 to now being around that $35,000, $36,000 range. So that's a pretty dang big drop. If you want to consider that the bear market, then you may be well within your right to do so. But at the same time, I still think the energy and the potential is still there. It has not gone away. And if it does continue to fall more, I don't think it'll fall very much further more before we see a bit of a lift up as more people start to invest in it, especially with the big news coming out about the government continuing to spend more and more money. $6 trillion being just absolutely printed out of nowhere. I mean, where are you getting this? Some of it, approximately 3.8 trillion of that, yes, it comes from taxes. The rest of it, where the heck are you getting it from? Are you just going to go under a rock and find it? Maybe you can go find Patrick and say, hey, Patrick, you mind if I come under there and get some of your money from Bikini Bottom? Is that what you're trying to do, government? I don't know. What are they doing? They're messing up with the US dollar. They're not doing the right things. Not just the US government, though. A lot of countries around the world are doing that. So that's why you can't say a specific person here or there. You have to really say, as a whole, governments are continuing to show that they are not the most responsible group, period, to control currency. The people, decentralized, are going to be the best ones to do that. Us. Doge is not gone. Most of the community bought after 30 cents. The original community bought in at a fraction of a penny, still winning. Doge will go back up, coming in from Michael. Patience is a virtue. And you are talking, of course, facts, straight facts there. We have been, of course, covering this since it was at less than half a penny. And since then, we've seen many dips, we've seen many upswings. And because of that, we kind of have an idea of where we're going with cryptocurrency as a whole. We have an idea of where Dogecoin is going. And we know it's very, very competitive. We know the future is bright. So the more you continue to think about the positive things, the less you're going to let the negative things take you down. So I love that sentiment coming in right there. Definitely good, as I'm also going to see. So if you do see anyone ever putting a number or anything you should contact, it's always a scam 100% of the time. It's never ever real, so be careful about that. I just hit a user right there who is commenting that in the chat. Don't do that. So that means that person is watching right now. And to you who is watching, I think it's time for the first roast. We have to pull out the roast music right now and get the roast underway of the person in the chat who is trying to scam people. That's not good. So we're going to have to roast them directly to their face. They're going to be listening to it. And if you want to see what it's like to get absolutely flamed by the roast, if you want us to turn the heat all the way up to 69 million degrees, then get ready, because that is about to happen right now. It is time for the roast. I love roast so much. Can you tell? Have you noticed? Okay, here we go. Here's the roast music. coming on YouTube and scamming people. You could just go down to the local store and get a nice, respectable job, but instead you say, no, I'm gonna take some money here and take some money there. Why the heck do you have to do that from families, from people who need it? Maybe someone is down on their luck and you come and try to tell them, you pitch them on some big important thing. Maybe you can make them a millionaire if they give you only their invested money, their hard-earned money, but of course then you take it and you don't give it back. Why the heck is that something you think is okay? It's not. So stop it. Don't continue to do that. Get a job where people will actually respect you moving forward. How in the world do you go home and tell your family what you do for a living? I bet you a lot of those scammers, when their parents ask, what do you do for a living? They probably say, I work in IT or something like that, because they're ashamed. They're embarrassed of what they do for a living. Taking money from innocent people who are new to investing and don't know better yet. So we're going to continue to call them out and roast them here on the show, just like we roast the government. Both of those are, of course, well deserved. Okay, someone needs to stop this. Yeah, maybe we should put a moderator in the chat. I don't know. Like, some of this is getting annoying. If you do spam stuff, you are going to get blocked. Period. you will get blocked. That's just the way it is. I mean, we can't stop people from spamming 100%, but we can stop a lot of it. And so we're going to. I will block you permanently. You'll never be able to comment again on the channel if you are doing that. As we are seeing right now, the balances of the top Dogecoin whales are actually staying relatively steady. You may expect a bit of a drop considering some of that article information in there where we saw the average transactions going down a decent amount, but actually in the past week we have not seen very much at all when it comes to selling. You can see the past week is shown right there. So this one wallet here, the number 4 wallet in the world, who has approximately 2.7%, it's unknown if it's an exchange or not. It does seem like exchange type patterns potentially, so it could very well be an exchange. We'll look more into that. I'll make more videos. Make sure you're subscribing with notifications on if you want to be kept updated in real time on that. This is the place for Dogecoin whale updates, absolutely. But you can see here, so we have seen this weird minus 2.71 sell. And you know, when people put money into these wallets, it can be literally anyone in the world. But when they sell, it has to be this person. So whoever this whale is, maybe send us a message with this. 2.71828182 Doge, exactly 0.76 USD at the time they made this sell. This sell very, very, very recent. What is the deal with that? Why are they trying to send us a message? What does it mean? Are they simply testing out the wallet? Because before that, they did minus 100 million Doge, plus 100 million Doge. Right before that, minus 100 million, minus 100 million, plus 100 million, plus 300 million, minus 200 million, minus 200 million, minus 50 million, minus 50 million. So some weird activity coming in from this wallet with a bunch of big pluses, a bunch of big minuses. This right now being one of the biggest wallets in all of Dogecoin is something we have to watch, because what they're doing could be a very, very, very telling sign. And the fact that they're buying and selling like this at quite a large percentage here shows us that something is going on behind the scenes with whoever this is. Maybe this whale is coordinating with some other people toward the top. And if that's the case, we're going to expose it so that we have the information here on the channel and we know what the deal is. We know what's going on. Who is it? Why are you doing this? There's a decent chance whoever this is probably watching right now. They are paying attention. They are seeing us cover it, and they are going to potentially send us another message very, very. I would not be surprised if they do send us another message very, very, very soon here, and we're going to be on the lookout for it. I'm going to be paying attention to this wallet. Whoever this is, why did you put that exact amount? 2.7182. It cannot be someone sending that because it was a sell. It has to be this person. So we do know they must be sending a message. That's such a small amount. If you literally have that much Doge in your wallet, why would you sell such a small amount unless you were actually sending a message? And so I hope they're trying to tell us something. Maybe, just maybe, this is something we need to pay attention to even more than we already are. But the good news is, though, that we are seeing most of the wallets not really selling that much. For the most part, the top wallets have not sold hardly at all in the last week. The top wallets have hardly sold at all. You can see here, this one right here, plus 9,000 or 1,923. That's the top wallet. A lot of those were probably just random individuals putting it in. But then as we look further down the list, we see very, very few sells from these top wallets. This one right here, 425050 bought. So 42 million Doge bought approximately, or no, what was that? 425 million, I mean. So this one's buying up like crazy. A lot of these whales are buying the dip and continuing to hold and hold and hold. But this one right here, should we be mad about it? You know what? I put an Angry Matt in the thumbnail, so I think it's time for Angry Matt to talk a little bit about this. Come on, Will, what the heck are you doing? Why are you trying to sell and ruin Dogecoin for everyone? What are you doing? Why do you have to be this way? It's not okay. You can't do that. You can't do it to us. Why? All right, there we go. That was enough. That was so dumb. I don't know. People are gonna be like, Matt, you're so corny. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sometimes we are, but we have fun with the show. It makes it more interesting. So same way America told miners to trade gold for paper, now we're saying trade paper for digital currency. Coming in from Jose, I happen to agree with that sentiment there. There is a certain aspect to which gold and cryptocurrency have a lot in common, being a hedge against inflation. That said, cryptocurrency has so many more advantages to gold that's really not even particularly close overall. Yeah, thank you for the chat, Jose. Matt, either goes up, we profit. It goes down, we buy more and profit. Either way, we win. Travis from Tacoma, Washington. I love all the laughing emojis from that angry Matt skit. It was live. Doing a skit live is a lot of pressure, kind of, but I have experience with improv in the past. One of my favorite things to do is go and do improv. I have a lot of fun with that. And so I have a little bit of experience, but still, it's pressure. Because think about it. We have a bunch of people in here right now, and if I mess up, it's live, so it's not like I can edit it out. So there we go. Tell them how awesome AMC is right now from David. And a lot of the chats were roasting me because I said I'm going to sell a percentage of my AMC. I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Come at me. Well, you can't stop me. I'm still doing it. But I don't want to be too mean, though, because I love seeing AMC doing well. And I will say I'm only planning to sell 50% of my AMC shares if it does hit that mark of $50. And I have a decent amount. I've been supporting the community and continuing to buy more AMC stock. So I've been supporting it. I'm only selling 50%. I'm still holding the rest. So if you get mad at me for that, then you deserve to get roasted as well. And I don't care. I'm still doing it exactly the way I was going to do it. So you can keep all your comments, keep all of them coming. I don't care. Not to be mean or anything. I still love AMC. I want to do well, but I'm still going to do exactly what I planned to do originally. And also, I put a poll out. 71% of people said I should sell 50% of my AMC and buy Doge with it. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell 50% if it does hit $50 and buy Dogecoin with that. So if you're mad at that, then you know what? That's okay. That's just part of the thing. I could have just said I'm not investing at all in AMC. Would that be better? No, of course it wouldn't. I'm supporting it, but not 100% to the end until it goes back down again. That doesn't seem like the smart thing to do. But the reason why I'm still holding 50% is because it could continue to go higher, and that's what we're hoping for, obviously. It's not going to be easy for that to happen market cap-wise, but it absolutely can happen. I see what you're saying. They are all buy and sell signals for their own wallets. From Josh B. Interesting perspective coming in there. This one says 0.003385 was the birth of my Doge, and you were the person who introduced me to Doge. Now I can cradle my Doge and diamond hands all the way Doge to the moon. I love that coming in from Dane. So we introduced you to something that has done very, very well for you. I love the sound of that. That's what I call a big W right there coming in from Dane. Yeah, people saying they agree with me. Also, we would like to see AMC accepting Dogecoin. I think that's the perfect match right there. AMC, Doge, come together, make it happen. But it's still funny though that people actually thought they could convince me to change my mind by commenting things like, "Matt, you're a clown for selling part of your AMC stock." I don't care. I'm still gonna do it. Sorry, not sorry. But Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin as well says long-awaited shift to proof of stake could solve environmental woes. Environmental woes are something that is definitely overblown to a large extent because cryptocurrency is still significantly better than the current forms of currency that we have now. So I kind of get what he's saying. Yes, it will make it better overall when it comes to that, but it doesn't necessarily need to be better in comparison. It just, we can always strive for better. There's no reason not to strive for cleaner air. There's no reason not to strive for that. So yes, I support what he's saying here, but I do think this contributes to the people who are trying to unfairly paint cryptocurrency as bad for the environment when we know very, very well, based on the stats and information, that the other forms of currency are not only a little bit worse, they're so much worse that's not even close to close. And there's many videos out there that prove that. I'm not going to get into all of that now. Show us your Gurr face. From David. Should I show you my Gurr face? Maybe I will. Maybe I will, David. I don't know. Probably not, though. I don't really want to. I don't want to right now, so I'm not going to. But I do appreciate the chat, though, coming in. Jose says, what do you think about the tyranny aspect through creation of America leaving Europe? Interesting. Yeah, I don't. That seems like going very, very, very deep. A little bit deeper than we're going to go in this live right now. But I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but yeah, I guess I kind of understand your overall point. 420,000 Doge since last year. Nice. Well, not so. Thank you, Matt Wallace. And this one coming in, Jenny says, well, and yeah, thank you, Crypto. I saw Crypto Tanker. I saw your chat as well. Much love to everyone in the chat. I'm going to end this now. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.